Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Wahar Rakar Kwadash, Barakathum, to the Akim that's laboring and doing this work in truth and sincerity. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Okay, this is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 23. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised. And we need to hold fast this profession of this ministry, all right, which we do faith, and not to waver, but to, this is when we first came into this truth of how, you being on fire for this truth, and you want to hold fast to that and not waver, through the labor that we go through and the afflictions that we go through with being in this truth. You don't want to waver, because this is what we already know in our conscience to be the truth, and we know that Yahweh Shai is faithful in all things that are written, and we know that what is promised shall come to pass is what is written, right? And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, and that's lifting up the Akim, comforting Akim during the week, it's comforting for a brother to to give you a call, or you can give a brother a call, and lift his spirits up, and to just keep him, keep the brother's spirits up, you know what I'm saying? Keep him focused on his word, because when we're apart from the brotherhood, we're dealing with the world, and it's always good to, be around the Akim of like minds, right? Not forsaking, verse 25, not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching, and the day is approaching is what is written, is that time when Yahweh Shai is going to make his return, but we have to exhort one another and keep brothers in the spirit, because to prepare us for that time that's about to come, because there's great things that have to take place through prophecy before Yahweh Shai actually does come back, and you don't forsake the assembly of the brotherhood, man. This is a time now where we need to bond more together, through the spirit, and just keep brothers strong in the faith, and just to, prepare ourselves for what is to come, The scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge shall be that stability of thy time, That's a milk scripture, but it's very powerful, and it's a very useful scripture to keep in mind, and when we have the stability in the spirit of the mind of the know the things that are to come, come to mind. I think of Ezra, because Ezra was dealt with a heavy portion, of prophecy through the spirit, Yahweh was dealing with him on a high level, as far as him, being able to fast, and more revelations were being sent unto him, for the time to come, and with that being said, I want to jump into Second Esdras and get into it. Okay, this is but first, before I even do that, I want to jump to the time at hand right now, okay, which we see through the spirit that's coming. All right, let me just grab real quick. Okay, I'm gonna grab Amos chapter 8, verse 11, right? Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it, and that's the time that's about to approach, because you know, the sun is basically setting on this place, you know, and Yahweh Shai is gonna about to take this word away from the earth, man, you know, and hide it, you know. His hand is stretched out right now, so you know it's you know, still open, you know, to the elect, of course, you know, but to these people that don't want to adhere to this word, you know, all right, it's gonna be taken from the earth, you know. Our mouth is basically going to cleave to the roof of our mouth. Our tongue is going to cleave to the roof of our mouth, you know, and we're not going to be around to really give you that oil, you know, give the 2/3 that oil, you know. But they're going to run to and fro from sea to sea, from north, south, east, and west to try to find and seek this word, and they're not going to find it, you know, because when it was here open unto them, you know, they forsook it and understood it not, you know, all right. Not knowing that this is detrimental to your well-being. You see, you know, here it is, man. We're giving you the blueprint unto salvation, and you can't see afar off that this is the rest that you need. You know, this is your answers questions are being answered right now. You know, but you know, these people are of the world, man. You know, Jake doesn't see anything. Jake likes to see things that are tangible, you know, which means, you know, they're not spiritual, you know, all right. They don't see this place, you know, being unsown, you know. They don't see that time to come, you know, but we see it, you know, right? In that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst, you know, faint for thirst for that word, you know, because they're not going to have answers at that time, you know, which brings me to Second Esdras, you know, which, you know, the Akim, you know, we keep this in mind of what, you know, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua was saying to Ezra, you know, and I want to pull out a couple precepts concerning in the book of Ezra. All right, I want to start off with Second Ezra chapter 5 verse 1. Nevertheless, as common the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith, you know. And that's basically what's going to happen for that time, you know. These people are going to be taken in a great number, you know. Yahushua said that he comes as a thief, you know. So even when he starts to visit the earth which was made, Yahushua, you know, all right, that's that thievery, okay, you know, not only of his physical return, but even when he starts to move these chess pieces around in the earth, man, and start to have these prophecies come to pass, that's that thief, because it's going to take people off guard. You see, you know, they're not watching, okay, all right, they weren't meant to watch from the beginning, but the Akim that's in the faith, we don't lose, we hold fast to what we have learned, you know. So we know that this time is going to come, right? So it says that the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith, because they're not going to have faith because they don't have no foundation to stand on as far as to, you know, the way of truth, you know, right? But iniquity shall be increased above that which thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. You know, so, you know, Daniel even said that this is going to be a time that never was ever on the earth, you know, and the iniquity is going to increase is because why? People don't know the way of righteousness. The way of righteousness is going to be taken from out of the earth, you know, that blueprint that you need unto salvation, you know, it's not going to be available to these 2/3, you see, right? And the land that thou seest now to have root, shalt thou see wasted suddenly, you know. That's part of that being that thief, though, you know. This is the Lord, you know, basically visiting the earth, you know. So now that you know, Jake likes to see things tangible because he doesn't see this place, you know, being suddenly wasted. He sees this place as having a root. He sees this place as having a basic future, you know. They can't see, you know, that this place is being unrooted, man, you know, unsown. They can't see it. They can't see it far off, you know. right? But if the Most High grant thee to live, thou shalt see after the third trumpet that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, and the moon thrice in the day, and the blood shall drop out of wood, and the stone shall give his voice, and the people shall be troubled. So that's really the earth really just to start to wax old. It's going to wax old. As far as this coming into the end. All right. Everything that this place is being held together, as far as the root being it's gonna all come apart, right? And even he shall rule whom they look not for that dwell upon the earth, and the fowls shall take their flight away together, because a lot of times, the animals, all right, in the earth though, they know signs that come, because their behavior is of they know of something that's coming, and the Sodomish sea shall cast out fish and make a noise in the night, which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof. And there shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters, And you actually see the wild beasts changing their place, though, because you see animals now where out in the urban areas where they belong, which they're being pushed out of their natural habitat, okay, And one thing is that how Esau is continuing to build. The scripture says, "Ye shall build, but I will throw down." Talking about him being the border of wickedness. Him continuing to build. He's actually chasing these beasts out of their natural habitat and bringing them to areas where the population of the people are. That's basically what's happening right now. And this generation that's coming in with these menstruous women that are giving forth these children, these are the real brute beasts of the earth. All right, this younger generation that's coming up now, they're the brute beasts of the earth. All right, they never been chastised, they never been disciplined, but that time is going to come because they're just going to be fuel to the fire, right? And salt waters shall be found in sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into its secret chambers, and that's going back into that famine of the word, and these people are going to destroy each other. These 2/3 are going to destroy each other, You're going to have the 1/3 against the 2/3, and then you're going to have the 2/3 actually against the 2/3, you see, and this is where all that confusion comes because it says that understanding shall withdraw itself from the earth, and it go into its secret chambers. That's that word, and that's that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding being taken away. That's this time to come, and we have to be prepared for that. Us Akim that's in this ministry. All right. I want to get from there. I want to go to Second Edra, chapter 6, verse 17. And it happened that when I heard it, I stood upon my feet and hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was the sound of many waters. Okay, now this is Ezra about to receive, some revelations. Okay, all right, and it said, "Behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and visit them that dwell upon the earth." So this is what I was getting into with this lesson, is that when Yahweh begins to visit the earth. Okay, so I want to just read a little bit of what we know, all right, in this ministry, and what we need to hold fast to, and be of a sound mind in that time to come, and I will begin to make inquisition of them that they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, and that time is coming to when our affliction is fulfilled. So now, Yahweh Shai is going to inquire, okay, make inquisition of them that unjustly hurt his men, all right, unjustly hurt his people, you know, with their unrighteousness, okay. You know, it's basically, you know, the whole thing is that you reap what you sow, you know, chiefly talking about Esau, Edom, you know, right? Verse 20, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together, you know, and that's that time of the end. Okay, when judgment is going to be sent out, you know, right? And the children of a year shall speak with their voices. The women of child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up, you know. And that's basically, you know, a woman giving birth before prematurely, you know. And, you know, you actually see that happening, you know, but you're going to see it as more so on an alarming rate. You know, right? And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses suddenly shall be found empty. You know, and that's going to be also that physical famine. You know, as far as you see these businesses now being closed up. Okay, you know, you got a lot of prestigious areas. Okay, particularly in New York City, that are closing down, you know, prime real estate areas on corner properties and prime areas in the prestigious neighborhoods in Manhattan, okay, are being closed down, okay, and they're not being reopened, okay, you know, because there was a time when the economy was really good, you know, I would say when you go back 20 plus years ago, you know, where you would have businesses that would close down. Especially you would have like maybe like a corner property, you know, that would close down, and then you would have somebody that would have a business that's in the middle of the block that would quickly take over that corner property, because the corner property is always the prime real estate for a business. You see, you know, but you don't see that now. You're seeing these places being closed, and nothing is being replaced for it. Okay, right? And you're starting to see these storehouses that were full to be empty, right? And you're going to see more so of that on a grander scale. But we see it through the spirit, though. You know, this is things that the 2/3 are not paying attention to. If you're not spiritual, you're not paying attention and being circumspect about things that are going on around you, you know, right? It says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall suddenly, then they shall be afraid. They shall suddenly afraid, you know, and you know the scriptures say that these men are going to be like unto women, you know, right? At that time shall friends fight one another against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear, and those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run, you know. But, you know, that's going back into these people that are going to start fighting each other, you know, because iniquity is going to abound and increase, you know, right? Whosoever remaineth from all these that have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world, you know. And that's going into the elect, which that shall not taste of death, you know. They shall see Yahweh Shai's salvation, you know. Lord willing that we are those men, okay? You know, right? And it says, and the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth. And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning, you know. And that's those bodies, all right, from that what Paul was talking about, you know, with the twinkling of an eye, you know, we shall all be changed, you know, all right. So that's that time to when we're going to be beamed up, man, you know, all right. And we're going to about these vile bodies, all right, from corruptible bodies to incorruptible bodies, you know. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. And as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which hath been so long without fruit shall be declared, you know. And that's the time for the end, and that's all that basically endure, you know. We have to endure to be able to get to this point, all right, which was shown unto Esdras, you know, right? All right, I want to jump to Second Esdras, last precept, Second Esdras 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that dwell in the later time, shall dwell in the world. For Slakia. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the earth, because they walked in great pride, you know. And you got a lot of our people, you know, that walk in great pride at this point in time, you know. And these miseries are going to come upon them, you know. They don't see, you know, far off though. They're keeping hope in this place, man, in Egypt, in Babylon, you know. All right, but those miseries are going to come upon them in these latter days, you know. But understand, die for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like thee, you know. And that's like-minded men of the elect, you know, of being of like minds, man, and for you to be you know, around these men, you know, and you seek out these men, you know, that have the like minds and focus on Yahweh Shai, all right, and its truth, you know, right? For unto you is paradise opened, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteous is made ready, a city is built, the rest is allowed, yea, perfect goodness and wisdom, you know. And that's basically the kingdom, man. And this is the blueprint to the kingdom, you know, is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures, all right, through the doctrine, okay, under the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, okay, you know. That's the doctrine that is the open, where paradise is going to be open to, right? This is that tree of life that's planted, you know, right? The root of evil is sealed up from you. Weakness and the morph is hid from you. And corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten, you know? And we're going to have that hedge over us in that time, you know? It says that the root of evil is sealed up from you, you know? And you know, and like I said though, these people, it says weakness and morph shall be hid from you. So that is that deterioration and weakness of men, all right? That the carnal man, the basic man, okay, that doesn't have the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of these scriptures, man, you know, all right, that's going to be hid from us, you know, right? Sorrows are past, and in the end is shown the treasure of immortality, right? And therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish, you know. We're talking about the 2/3 though. So now this vision is given unto Esdras, and he's saying to him, don't worry about the 2/3 that perish, you know, right? Because it's going to get into it. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High. Thought scorn of his law and forsook his ways, you know. And that's basically what the 2/3 did, you know. 2/3 forsook the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. They despise the Most High. You know, we have it into this day, you know, and it just boils down to them not being a part of the elect. So basically, we're looking at a bunch of dead men walking, you know. Their fate is basically sealed. You see, right? Moreover, they have trodden down his righteous, you know, and that's them coming after us, you know, for this truth, you know. Paul said it though. You hate me because I tell you the truth, and say in their heart that there is no no power, yea, and that knowing they must die, you know, and that knowing they must die, you know, and really there's no hope for these people, man, because basically them coming up against his word, they lack faith, okay? They don't believe in Yahweh Shai coming back, you know. They just think this is just always supposed to be some type of age-old ongoing tale of you. Oh yeah, they said that. Yeah, you always say he's coming back. Yeah, it's not gonna be for this time and time. We're not gonna be here when he comes back. And you know, they have that type of attitude, so to speak. You know, right? As for the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. You know. What's that thirst? A thirst for this word and that pain. Actually, spiritually and physically thirst. Okay? Because the scriptures say that my servants shall eat and drink, but you shall be hungry. You know? And that pain, you know, they should get death by pain, you know? Right? So it says, for the things aforesaid thou shalt for as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. For it was not his will that men should come to naught, you know, and that was not really supposed to be our lot. Our lot is supposed to come back to the Heavenly Father, man, you know, and you know, it just happens to be to where, hey, you're part of that number that's going to go through these tribulations, you know, and you're basically you're not part of the elect, right? Verse 60. But they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, and were unthankful unto him which prepared life for them, you know. And this is, we were originally prepared life though, but you know, we turned aside from the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shai, you know. And these 2/3, you know, it says, but they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, you know. So they were slated for this lot, okay? All right? Verse 61. And therefore is my judgment now at hand, okay? All right? So they're part of that 2/3 club, you know. These things have I not shown unto all men, but unto thee and a few like thee, right? And that's talking about the elect, you know. And this, you know, this scriptures say that he does nothing but reveal his secrets to his servants, the prophets, you know, right? Because he hasn't shown this to all men, you know. Only men like thee and a few like thee, you know. Behold, O Yahweh, now hast thou showed me the multitude of the wonders which thou wilt begin to do in the last times. But at what time thou hast not showed me, you know. But you know, basically the point is that this heavy portion was given unto Ezra, you know, through the Spirit. And you know, hey, we just got to keep in mind, man, that you know, everybody's lot, man, is really being sealed up at this time, you know. And you know, the scriptures say, he that is filthy, let him be filthy. He is ignorant, let him be ignorant, you know, roughly paraphrasing, you know. But the point is that we have to be in a sound mind for this time to come, you know, to be able to get over to the other side, you know, all right, where the kingdom is at hand, you know. But you know, so with that, you know, I just hope this lesson was edifying, though. It was just, you know, just going through, you know, Ezra real quick, you know, and basically, you know, that heavy portion that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai showed unto him, you know, for that time to come, you know. We got to go through this straight gate, you know, to get to that to get to the kingdom, you know. So this is the time that's at hand about now, you know. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Waha Rakar Kwadash, Barakathum, to the Akim that's out there laboring and doing this work in truth and sincerity. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.